Yeah, man, go on.
It continue?
Yes.
Yeah. So we just right say, me I got DJ about a thing where everybody afraid of. As far as me know, long as me remember, if you're born and you grew up in Jamaica, you don't want nobody call you an informer, but you see me very proud informer. When I do it for myself, but for Jamaica, informer, we have to make the sacrifice to make the place safer. Triville is a proud informer. We have a number for the sergeant, inspector. Me must be an informer. If I can't get this work, I call commissioner. We are informer because we not support the crime. If you do the crime, do the time, pay the fine. Crime is mashing up this country and we acting like a blind. Should have put a stop into this thing long time. So if we see a boy with a special or a 9, bust up on my phone, dial 119. Now give the operator all information in face, color, clothes, in full complexion and put the icing on the cake in GPS.
What? Oh my goodness, sir.
I don't know. You should see him watching himself. And it probably was the first time when he's like that. It's me that. Well, folks, this crime fighting lyrical rhymes went viral and caught our attention, not only our attention, as Sim said earlier, everyone else. So we brought in Deputy Superintendent of Police Troyville Horton from the Portland Division for questioning.
We did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should I get a lawyer?
Did you do it? Did you do it? Was that you on the tape?
I think so.
You better.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. You came in from Portland this morning.
Yes,
we
early.
really appreciate that. Hope you have a safe year to you and your colleagues. When was the first time you did something like that?
That was in 2017. We had a domestic violence campaign, and during one of the planning sessions, one of the managers said, you know, all the senior officers should just go on stage and we do a verse in a lyric or something like that. I didn't want to because I didn't know anything about it, and I'd prefer not to be on the stage. So, seeing that everybody had agreed, you know, I was now in a position where I had to go and write something.
Better believe it.
So I just thought about the whole issue of domestic violence and how it occurred, how it affected persons. And I just started writing, and I realized that, you know, everything was just flowing. And I ended up writing 2 songs about domestic violence, you know, that one weekend. And I tried, the other thing now was to try to remember the lyrics when on the stage. So I went and, you know, I remember it went well. One of my colleagues now challenged me to say, like, listen, I'll buck up that, you know. You can't do that again.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry to jump in. I think we have that, you know. Can we see that?
Run it, man.
Yeah, can we?
Walk straight up to him. It's a certain excuse of why you good evening. Go on verify and you them call Uncle Jim. They see me corridor we just box down him. We say, yes, officer, the girl I didn't come in. We say when you reach a court, you tell the judge the same thing. Put your hand in the ear like you are worship the king. Me a search you for something incriminating. Once me a search, me a go and talk to him. We say, hey, Uncle Jim, you know bigger than the law, and then you run the thing. And the DSP investigating. Your honor arrest and come to link to what around at here to Tuesday morning. Domestic fight, blown at the
That's the first time you were doing that? On stage? Like?
That was the second time, but that song was the first one.
But you look very seasoned.
Yeah.
So when you was in high school or coming, you used to perform?
Not the desk, and you know we tried to do a little jingles.
No, it's smooth. There's a little swag going on there on the stage. A good question.
Yeah, this is my calling for the time being.
But interestingly enough, you were telling us that this was not where you were heading. You weren't heading into policing.
No, not at all.
You wanted to do agriculture.
Right.
But what happened? Tell us how you ended up here.
I went to a police station to do community service. It was 200 hours, JAMVAT. At the time, I was going to Brownstown Community College. And when I got there, the police officers were, you know, they were very nice. They showed me everything. Persons would come into the station, mistake me for a police officer. The interaction there was very good. And one of them just encouraged to say, why not join the force? You can still go and study afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, but after, you know, thinking about it for a little while, I just went, did the test. That was like in June, and by November I was in training. So
and that was
like,
17 years ago. You've
17 years ago.
17 years now.
Right.
What has your experience been like? Because you're in Portland. It's kind of quiet in Portland for the most part.
Portland. I've been in Portland for 5 years. Mm-hmm. So for the most part of my service, I've been in the corporate. I've done some work with the St. Catherine North Division, narcotics. You know, so been all over the country.
So you've had all sorts of different experiences.
It has been interesting. We've been in tough of the tough. We've been in the, you know, more relaxed areas, Ocho Rios, Portland. But overall, it has been a rewarding experience. Got to meet a lot of people, you know much more about the country. And
Yeah. What about this? Where are you going to take this? And has this made a difference in the way you police? Has it made a difference in the way people see you as a police officer?
It has made a difference in the way people see me as a police officer. More often than not, person will say, you're always smiling, you know, so pleasant, and, you know, they always want to come up and say something. Officer, you're the DJ soup, you know. So it encourages persons to engage, and, you know, we really appreciate that, because sometimes persons want to stay away from the police, not want to say anything, you know. So this exposure that it has given, you know, is very much
We were
appreciated.
talking before that there was another police officer, I think a couple of years ago, that went to a dance and started to DJ, and I think he got himself in hot water, yeah?
That is why I ensure that when I get the mic to do my lyrics, it was actually a police function that was put on. So at least there's
Context
no
is different.
question about what is
Is
happening
there
there.
a concern, though, that the powers that we might say, well, that's not where we want you to go?
I have not gotten that impression as yet that, you know, anyone would have a challenge. As a matter of fact, there's been a lot of support from, you know, just about everybody who has listened to the lyrics, and like, this is what we want to hear. Probably for the first time, persons are embracing being an informant. You have it on the status, just about
And it was
everywhere.
very brave, actually, because you know that culture is a culture we're trying to start. So you're going to record it, DSP? What are you going to do with it?
I have recorded it. It's in the process of being mixed and mastered.
Where you want to go with that part of your life? Is this just a little fun thing, and after a year you forget it and you move on, or you want to keep doing this?
It's an effective way to communicate with, you know, different cross sections of persons. I enjoy writing about issues that affect, you know, the different spaces in which I work. So I may continue to write the lyrics. I may probably just write them and give them to somebody.
So you wouldn't want to just write some generic lyrics just about a song. You want to keep it specific to police.
It has not necessarily policing alone, but different issues. Because I write lyrics about parenting, I write lyrics about leadership, the whole corruption issue, partnership, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Well, if you decide to take it serious, you have a name already, DJ Soup.
DJ Soup. And then there you want to come perform and bust a tune.
Well, he's going to perform and bust a tune today. Later on, we will hear from DJ
Excited.
Soup.
DJ Soup.
I'm going to name DJ Soup,
stick.
the lyrical crime fighter.
I love it.
Deputy Superintendent Troyville Houghton, a.k.a. DJ Soup.
So, Neville, I don't think I could go back to Portland without recognizing the person who actually captured the video.
All right, so go ahead and do it quickly, because I have to go to
Of course, so Sergeant Delrose Green, DG Angel, she's the one who just walked into the office. So just say something for the people. It's New Year's Eve, and when you're finished, just end with one of your lyrics. And so I did that. Whilst the interview was going on, someone called her, and so there was a break between the talk and the lyrics. So it's actually one video. It was supposed to be one video, but it, you know, ended up in two. And the song, when she posted it on the Portland Cops Facebook page, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
So, AKA your manager now, she is. You better believe it. All right, well, you perform for us later. But when we get back from the break, we're going to get the tips on landing that scholarship that you want to land. Talk about that in a bit.
Great to meet you, sir.